Hello, welcome to Live Excellence. Welcome to Geography series. In this series, today we are going to discuss about types of soils. In our prelims examination, previously there were questions on this topic. Let's say they give consider the following statements regarding black soils. They give 2-3 statements under that. They ask us to choose the correct statements. Such questions were asked previously. In this context, let us quickly revise the types of soils, soil formation, and classification of soils in this particular session. PDF of this particular session is available in the description. Please go through it once. First of all, let us understand what do we mean by the word rock. Why should we understand this? Because soil is formed based on the type of rock only. That's why we need to understand this word. Rocks are made up of one or more minerals. Three types of rocks are available. One is igneous rock, second one is sedimentary rock, third one is metamorphic rock. Igneous rock turns into metamorphic rock under high pressure and temperature. Sedimentary rock also turns into metamorphic rock under high pressure and temperature. Likewise, each type converts into another type. This we call as a rock cycle. And we have various types of rocks based on its formation. Igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic rock. Under that we have various types based on the parent material. For example, granite is igneous rock. Shale is sedimentary rock. Marble is metamorphic rock. Likewise, we have various types. Soil is formed of fine rock particles mixed with air, water, organic material. That means rock is the basis for the formation of soil. Now, soil consists of inorganic matter, organic matter, soil water which we call moisture, and soil air. Soils also characterize various features. One, the color. Second one, texture, structure, acidity and alkalinity. These are some of the major soil characteristics. Now, soil profiling. What do we mean by soil profile? Arrangement of soil in various layers. We have parent rock. On that we have boulders. After that we have horizon or topsoil, and then we have humus. This is the quality soil that we have. Soil profiling, we call it as soil profiling. In various layers, soil is arranged. As we already said, it's a mixture of minerals, water, air, organic material, etc. Right? That's arranged in this particular pattern. This is called as soil profile. Now, let's understand the types of soils. Soils are categorized into various types. One categorization is availability, formation and deposition of the soil. Based on that, we have three categories: zonal, intrazonal, azonal soil. This is one category. Second category is based on the mineral available and other characteristics. We categorize soils into alluvial, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, arid, saline soil, peaty soil, forest soils. So this is one category and this is another category. First of all, let us understand this zonal soils. Zonal soils means the soil that has been developed in that area and get deposited in that area only. So this has high maturity period because they form there, they develop there, they stay there. That's why maturity of the soil is more. As these are available in that zone itself, these are called zonal soils. Examples include red soils, black soils, laterite soil, desert soil, etc. Intrazonal means in between. Soils that occur within other zonal soils is known as intrazonal soils. Examples include soils rich with limestone, peat soil. These are some of the examples. Next category is azonal soils. That means soils are developed in one area and they get deposited in another area due to the agents of erosion and deposition. These soils are considered immature soils. They experience deficiency in some of the minerals. Examples include alluvial soil, loess soil, that means desert soil, etc. Now let us understand these categories. This is very, very important. Characteristics of alluvial soils, characteristics of black soil. These are the issues that are generally asked in the exam. Right. Major types of soils in India. 6 major categories. Alluvial soils occupy 43%. Red soils occupy 18%. Black or regular soils occupy 15%. And the remaining percentages arid soil, lateritic soil, forest and mountainous soil. Alluvial soil occupy majority percentage coastal area, northern Indian plains. All these regions they consist of alluvial soil. Yes, this is the table. This table, if we can remember, you need not mug it up. You can just go through it conceptually. If we can remember this table, we can answer at least one or two questions in prelims examination. First type of soil is alluvial soil. This particular soil is rich in potash and lime, deficient in nitrogen, phosphorus and humus because this is a azonal soil, forms in one place and gets deposited in another place. Plains of northern India, coastal India is example for alluvial soil. We have Khadar and Bangar. Khadar is a new alluvial soil. Bangar is the old alluvial soil. What are the crops available in this soil? Wheat, rice, maize, sugarcane, pulses. These are the generally grown crops in these soils. Next category is black soil. It is rich in ferrous, aluminium, magnesium and lime. That's why this color black. Then deficient in nitrogen, phosphorus, organic matter. It's available in the Deccan Trap region, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, these regions. These are formed due to the lava soils or lava, that is volcanic eruption and lava. And it has high water storage capacity. Cotton is the major crop grown in this area. Sugarcane, rice are the other crops that are grown here. Next one, red soil. It is rich in iron oxide. That's why its color is red. It's deficient in nitrogen, phosphorus and organic matter. It is mostly prevalent in peninsular India. It is formed due to the decomposition of granite and gneiss rock. Wheat, cotton, pulses, tobacco, oil seeds, these are famous in this particular soil type. Lateritic soil. This is rich in iron and aluminium, deficient in silica, lime, humus, potash. It is distributed across the hilly regions, Karnataka, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Odisha hills, hilly regions, because heavy rainfall and high temperatures both are needed to form this particular type of rock, soil. Rice, ragi, sugarcane, cashew nuts, coffee, tea plantations, these are some of the famous crops grown in this particular soil. Arid and desert soils. Soluble salts and phosphates, these are rich in soluble salts and phosphate, deficient in moisture and humus, found in western Rajasthan, northern Gujarat and southern Punjab region. Kankar content is high. That's why infiltration of water is less. Millets, maize, pulses, these can be grown in this particular soil. Alkaline and saline soils. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, these salts are heavy in this particular soil. Nitrogen, calcium are deficient. Western Gujarat, deltas of eastern coast, Sundarban area, Punjab, Haryana, these regions, because of waterlogging and other factors, they have saline and alkaline soils in them. And these can be reclaimed by improving the drainage and applying gypsum and lime to the soil. Here, leguminous crops, barseem, these crops can be grown in this particular soil type. Peat soil. Humus and organic matter is heavy. These are called curry in Kottayam, Aleppi regions. Kerala, coastal tracts of Odisha, Sundarban region. In these regions, peat soils are famous. These are available near the wetlands, including swamps and marshes. Rice, scrubs, vegetable crops, these are grown in these particular soil types. Finally, forest soils. These are rich in organic matter, deficient in potash and lime. Forest regions across India, we have this particular soil. But there are differences in quality based on the climate type, slope, etc. Tea, coffee, timber, spices, apple. These are some of the crops supported in forest soils. Apart from them, we have some localized soils called as Kareva soils. Kareva soils are very famous in Kashmir Valley. These are called lacustrine soil. Lacustrine means lake formed soils. Kareva regions, if you observe here. Kareva regions. That means earlier lakes were there. Due to the formation of silt and all, these soils are formed. These soils are rich in silt, clay, gravel, etc. These are characterized with the fossils. Here, if you observe, this is saffron. Saffron is very famous in Kareva soils. Other than saffron, almonds, apple, walnut, these crops are grown in Kareva soils. next type of soil is permafrost. Permafrost is permanently frozen layer on Earth's surface like this. See, this is permanently frozen ground. This is the soil, topsoil that we have, and this supports normal agricultural activity and others. But whenever this melts, this entire land area it goes down. That also leads to release of methane gas from this decomposed area. That's why permafrost regions are important. But when these regions gets affected, it leads to more concentration of greenhouse gases, which can contribute to climate change. But due to the increasing temperatures, etc., permafrost regions are fast melting. That's why protection of permafrost regions is important. These are various types of soils that we have. You can quickly revise them. Thank you very much. All the very best.